the Buffalo Bills inside their own 20. He has Jeff Eagles execute a very, very good directional kick, puts them inside the 5, first and 10 at the 4-yard line. I think the effectiveness of Jeff Eagles' punt eliminated all that discussion.
So you agree with his decision?
I do at this stage, even down 14-0.
Bills start from their own 4, penalty marker as Lynch is tackled by Antonio Pierce after a short gain.
What you've got to do is give your defense something to try and build some positive momentum.
Offside. Defense, number 93, 5-yard penalty. Replay, first down.
Well, there you go. You know, your special teams unit goes out, pins back your opponent. You want your defense to kind of get some positive momentum because the Bills have been going up and down the field on them, and they start off with an offsides penalty. So you just give them free 5 yards to get them out near the 10, first and 5. So everything just spiraling out of control for this Giants defense early on.
Penalty on the rookie out of Penn State, Jay Alford. First and 5 from the 9. Lynch takes it out to the 14-yard line. Gain of 5. Justin Tuck made the tackle.
You know, they're calling all the right blitzes and plays. They're just not getting there, Moose. There's no sense of urgency right now for this defense. I mean, they're getting opportunities, but they got to go and capitalize. Like we saw there, they're going and taking and jumping off sides and causing all kinds of things down here. They need to go, when that defensive coordinator goes, calls the blitz, and you got to get fired up and get in there and make a big play happen.
Second down and 1.
Another one. Man.
They've gone from playing bad to playing foolish right now. I mean, they just gave Buffalo 10 free yards, pinned back inside the 5. Well, I tell you, I don't know if they can call this on the offense the way Antonio Pierce was hitting that.
Offside. Defense, number 58, unabated to the quarterback. 5-yard penalty results in a first down.
Steve Spagnuolo's got to be going crazy right now. You see right here, he calls the blitz. They go, they delay it a little bit, but you got to hold it. You got to go and time it a little better. Antonio Pierce has been in that situation many a times. You got to hold it, stop. Man.
Tom Coughlin told us yesterday that in the game last week against the Redskins, we did not make plays and we were not the sharp team we have been. That has carried over.
Well, they at least made one play to Amani Toomer, but they got no points out of it. But they have been anything but sharp so far.
First and 10, 18-yard line, and Lynch is hit for a loss by the combination of Pierce and Sam Madison.
A little excited for a guy who just jumped off sides on the last play. We need a little bit more than that.
Well, your adrenaline's flowing. You know you got to make up some ground. You know, Moose, when you do something wrong out there, you know you got to come back and prove yourself and make some kind of play. So Antonio Pierce, a smart player too. Really surprised that he jumped off sides on that last play.
He's one of the smartest guys in the NFL. When you talk about somebody who can coordinate the defense, Steve Spagnuolo kind of gives him a little bit of a free pass out there to change the defense at the snap of the ball. You see him right there walking up and getting his guys set.
Second down and 11. Edwards with loads of time hits the tight end Gaines, and Gaines, who scored the game's first touchdown, takes it all the way out to the 37-yard line. A 20-yard pass play as the first quarter comes to an end. So the Bills started this drive on their own 4. They gained 10 yards thanks to Giants penalties. Teams will switch sides. Bills lead 14-0 after 1. Fox NFL Sunday will return after these messages from your local Fox station.
There are 380,000 NCAA student athletes. And most of us will go
And
pro.
most of us will go pro in something other than sports.
In something other than sports. Go to ncaastudent.org to find out how.
The hard-hitting action of American football continues on NASN, the home of the NFL. It's Week 16 and crunch time with the playoffs getting closer and every game critical in the hunt to advance. The hard-hitting action continues with the second game of our Sunday doubleheader when the amazing New England Patriots are home to take on the Miami Dolphins. The NFL on NASN live next.
Well, the good news for the Giants, there are still 3 quarters remaining.
Yeah, pitcher says 1,000 words.
This
Look
just
at
explains everything right there. All these guys right there, just what's going on, thinking to themselves.
From the 37, taken out to the 41-yard line by Lynch. Gain of 4 on the first play of the second quarter.
Well, when your head coach is the guy who's showing the most emotion on the sideline, you know, things are not going your way. I mean, so he can't go out on the field. He can't make a play. We saw Amani Toomer do it for the offense on their last drive, but they got no points from that. Somebody on this defense has to make a positive play.
Second down and 6. Lynch. And at just 1, Justin Tuck bringing down Marshawn Lynch.
Justin Tuck has had an outstanding year, and a guy who probably didn't get a whole lot of Pro Bowl consideration, but he's got great sack numbers. He's one of those guys on third down that they try and isolate on the pass rush, but you can see right there, very good against the run. He's a real complete player. He's had an outstanding season for the Giants.
10 sacks. Giants lead the league with 49. We're down at 5. Edwards from the shotgun. The pass was deflected. Jabril Wilson got a piece of it.
But that's what happens when you can't create a turnover. I mean, just nothing goes your way. They get the deflection, it goes straight up in the air. I want you to watch how far away Kavika Mitchell is from this ball when it lands. I mean, it literally lands like 2 feet from him, but he just can't track it. You can't find it. Goose, you hear that slap of the leather, you gotta get your head up in the air and try and find it.
On a swivel, man. It's like being a rookie on kickoff return first week. Keep your head on a swivel, you're gonna get knocked out. You gotta find that ball.
They're going to call that on Buffalo. They didn't react fast enough. I'm not going to give them that one.
He tried to sell it.
Well, Chase Blackburn got back in time, and the Bills jumped. They jumped a little bit late. It didn't influence them to move initially. If you're going to jump, you got to jump right away. I don't think that should go against the Giants. I think that should be against Buffalo.
It's a heads-up play by Buffalo, though. If they get it, it's going to be close to the first down, if not a first down.
False start. Offense, number 57. 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
Yeah, just too late on the reaction by Josh Damer. Good idea, but you got to get those wheels in motion a little bit quicker.
Ryan Mormon back inside his own 25. Low snap. Mormon picks it up. Ball comes loose. And the Giants will have a first down on the Bills' 23. And Mormon is slow to get up.
If they were looking for some kind of momentum, this is it right here. They're on the 25-yard line. They need to go and get some points on the board.
Well, they finally got a short field, and you don't expect that from Brian Moorman. He's been in the league 7 years. Just keep your composure. Pick the ball up, do the best you can to get it out.
Ryan Neal, the long snapper, his father Bill played for the Giants back in the early 80s. Last week in Cleveland, a high snap over Moorman's head, which led to a safety. And here, a low snap from Neal.
The wind is picking up, and it's starting to pour down here right now, so could have had a wet ball where it slipped out of his hands, but the weather's definitely changing right now.
For the Giants, a 1st and 10 from the Bills' 23. Toomer in motion. Brandon Jacobs inside the 20. Good push down to the 17-yard line. And folks, yes, that is the wind you hear in Tony's mic.
Yeah, it's definitely blowing now, guys.
Wow, it has just turned in the last 5. Tony, I cannot. It's continuing to deteriorate. Goose
Going downhill, baby.
Run for cover, Goose. Run for cover.
2nd down and 4. Eli lost the football, then he hands it off to Jacobs, who stopped a yard behind the line by Dante Whitner.
I cannot believe what has just happened in the last minute. I mean, this has just completely changed. The wind has picked up, and look at these fans in Buffalo. They love it.
They're going nuts down here. Things are blowing around. The rain, it's pouring.
There's nobody running for shelter. They're just pulling the hood up.
Third down and 6 in the swirling winds and rain for the Giants from the 18-yard line. Manning's pass to the sidelines is caught by Amani Toomer for a Giants 1st down.
The cheerleaders are bailing.
Yeah, people are running off now. They're smart.
I tell you, this is what was missing last week. When conditions are poor, your concentration has to go up. Look at Amani Toomer's head. Follow that ball all the way in. Last week, they were sneaking a peek. I mean, you had difficult conditions, and guys were trying to do a little bit too much. They weren't following that ball all the way into their hands, assuring that catch.
1st and goal for the Giants from the Bills' 6. 3 wide receivers. Manning to the end zone for Burris. Terrence McGee on the coverage.
I think everybody's waiting on that play. You've got a size advantage to the New York Giants with Plaxico Burris going against Terrence McGee, but he understands that. He knows that Plaxico's going to use his body, try and box him out a little bit. It's going to be like a basketball game down in there trying to get a rebound. He's prepared for that. Look how tight he is. Nice timing and elevation to get up there and match Plaxico at the point of the catch.
With this weather, don't you think maybe they should be running the ball a little bit, Moose? I mean, it's bad down here. The wind's gusting. It's got to be at 50, 60 miles an hour. They're shocking right here.
2nd and goal, inside handoff. Brandon Jacobs. Goose, you called it. Touchdown, Giants.
That's what they need to do. Keep the ball on the ground.
Kind of inexcusable for the Buffalo Bills because you really limit your running game when you go to the shotgun. Boy, did he get a good block up front. Who was that? I didn't get a chance to see who that was. He got a great block up front.
For Brandon Jacobs, his 3rd rushing touchdown this season, his 1st in the last 6 games. Lawrence Tynes with Fiedler's holding. The Giants, in the heavy rain and wind, have pulled to within a touchdown.
I tell you, the worst weather of the game, and the Giants put together their first scoring drive. A big catch by Amani Toomer on the side, and then Brandon Jacobs pounds it in.
XGames.com is the year-round online destination for action sports from around the world. We've got the latest vids, bios, photo galleries, and news 24/7, 365. Moto, BMX, skate, rally, surf, and the exclusive home of the X Games. If it happened in the world of action sports, it'll be on XGames.com. Bookmark it and log on early and often. Anytime, any place. XGames.com.
After employing a running back by committee approach in 2006, the New York Jets knew they needed to find one player to become the man. In the offseason, they found him. By acquiring Thomas Jones from the Chicago Bears, the Jets have a big, tough, cold weather back that will carry the load for Eric Mangini's squad. Jones has rushed for more than 1,200 yards in each of the last 2 seasons. The Jets will be happy if Jones can duplicate those numbers in 2007.
Bills' lead over the Giants is now 14-7. A 5-play, 23-yard drive. Corey Webster holding for Lawrence Tynes. Tynes kicks it off, and it carries through the end zone, so the Bills will start from their own 20.
Well, it was Rich Seibert on that touchdown that had the great block, but just look at this. Okay, here's your defensive end out here. Here's your next down lineman. Now, Rich Seibert is going to pull and kick out right here, but look at how much there is. Look at how large this space is with only one guy in it.
A lot of room there, Moose, to run the ball. Little short trap.
So the Giants capitalized. Giants have won their last 6 road games. They had not trailed on the road by as many as 14 points since the first of those 6 in Washington, week 3 of the season. They've pulled to within 7. They'll start from their own 20 as Lynch is forced back. Jabril Wilson and Antonio Pierce on the tackle for the Giants.
Well, let's see what this defense can do right now. Ryan Neal, Brian Moorman give the Giants offense a short field, but I mean that little spell of 5 minutes of weather that was here the entire time the Giants offense was on the field. It's now calmed down quite a bit, but the Giants take it down, make a big catch, get 7 points during that period when the weather was the worst it has been by far. Can this defense now come out and help the other 2 phases that have got them within a touchdown?
2nd and 10. Edwards, pass was high, intended for the tight end Gaines.
I do not like that play in these conditions. I mean, that little flat pass is not the throw you want to be making in these types of conditions. You want things to be coming to the inside. You can throw your little flat pass out there or run your little flat pass out there to try and open up a slant or a curl or something coming back inside from your outside receiver, but that is such a hard pass in these conditions. Wet ball, running parallel to the line of scrimmage. Don't like that decision by Trent Edwards.
3rd down and 10. Bills have to get to the 30. Penalty marker, shovel pass to Fred Jackson. And Jackson is close to a 1st down.
Well, they might get another shot at it. I think Osi Umenyiora was offsides.
Offside. Defense. Number 72. 5-yard penalty. Replay 3rd down.
See Osi right there going against Jason Peters. He's in the neutral zone when that ball is snapped. I mean, trying to do anything to get an advantage on Jason Peters. He is a big man.
They're back.
They're back. Hey, Goose, did you ask one of the cheerleaders to bring out one of those little...
Yeah, they only came in medium and small.
Yeah, you get a couple of them and stitch them together.
Yeah.
3rd down and 5. Edwards' pass was deflected. And the Bills forced to punt.
Wow, Jason Peters is down.
Jason Peters, the Pro Bowl left tackle,
Here they are, Pro Bowler against Pro Bowler matched up. Boy, did OC get a good push on that. I mean, you think of OC Umenyiora as a speed rusher, but Jason Peters is a big physical guy. OC with great leverage got under his pads and started walking him back. You saw the legs kind of get trapped and buckle. Now, hopefully this is nothing serious because he's worked very hard to get his first Pro Bowl appearance.
The hard-hitting action of American football continues on NASN, the home of the NFL. It's Week 16 and crunch time with the playoffs getting closer and every game critical in the hunt to advance. The hard-hitting action continues with the second game of our Sunday doubleheader when the amazing New England Patriots are home to take on the Miami Dolphins. The NFL on NASN live next.
And Yankee fans are like oil and water. Cubs and White Sox fans at the same dinner table? Bad idea. Despite their differences, fans do have one thing in common. Their heroes all wear Majestic Athletic, the official uniform supplier for all 30 Major League Baseball teams. Available now all over Europe at NASN.com.
Hi there, folks. I'm Tim McCarver, thanking you for watching my show exclusively here on NASN, Europe's leading channel for North American sports. Join me each week as I conduct in-depth interviews with the biggest stars from the world of sports. Whether you enjoy football, baseball, basketball, hockey, you name it. Check out NASN.com for the latest schedules and guest lists, and we'll see you right here on Chevrolet's Tim McCarver Show on NASN.
Exchange here from Ryan Neal to Mormon. Good snap this time. And Mormon's kick.
Oh,
it's one of the Giants in the back. And fortunately, deflects out of bounds. Fortunately for the Giants after it hit Corey Webster. So good field position here for the New York Giants. So look at the injured left tackle Peters.
Everything's starting to bounce the Giants' way here the last little bit. Corey Webster not getting around, finding that ball, deflects off the back of his leg. Fortunately goes out of bounds. So the last two series we had the Bills have a fumbled punt snap and the Giants were able to get the ball taken in for a touchdown. They dodge a bullet on that way, so maybe the tides are changing. Maybe some balls are going to start bouncing the Giants' way here.
I think the tides are coming.
Yeah, I think Tony's under the tide.
From the 43, Jacobs. And Jacobs gains 2. Second and 8 when we return. First, Kurt Menefee. Kurt?
Well, the Packers offense have been struggling against the Bears all day long, so what do? Just give it to Mr. Grant. Ryan Grant, 66 yards on the score. His 5th straight game with a touchdown. He has really revitalized that Packer running game, and they lead the Bears 7-6 in the second quarter. Kenny, Moose, and Goose.
The hard-hitting action of American football continues on NASN, the home of the NFL. And this week we feature teams with playoff dreams.
Nice job by Eli Manning in the pocket that time, kind of moving around, being able to step up. Good job by his guard center guard group to give him a clear lane, the ability to step up. You're going to have to do that with the weather today. The ball is wet. It's slippery. There he goes. He can step up. He's got a clear vision. Gets a lot of juice behind that.
These fans aren't going anywhere here. That weather came in and they're still here. Not one fan left the stadium.
Another football slips away from Manning. Eli falls on it. Back at the 42.
That's one of those things that's inexcusable for Eli Manning. Understand the conditions. You can see he's focused right on it. Just takes his eyes off it a little bit right at the end, puts the ball on the ground. Not even an opportunity. Nothing wrong with the snap from Sean O'Hara. You saw the lineman pulling again. It looked like it was going to be another inside handoff. So Eli's trying to make sure he gets the ball, gets it in a position to hand it off, but doesn't secure it. Now we've got a substitution delay. Kevin Boss, not just playing tight end today. You got to remember, you got all your special teams to do too.
Unique formation. Bills send 2 men deep due to the wind.
And Jeff Fiegel's ability to directionally kick.
Nearly blocked at a flag. Fiegels was run into. It's taken by Parrish. Fiegels still down. He was run into by Dante Whitner.
Dante Whitner was coming to the side saying that he got a piece of the ball. I didn't see it. I don't think you can hit it that well.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Return team, number 20. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
Although this might be great for the Giants in the short term, long term, depending on the severity of the injury, this would not be good. Fiegel's one of the best in the business. His 20th year in the NFL, 41 years of age. He remains down.
Well, the good thing is neither one of his legs was planted, so we don't have anything with a joint. It looks like he got a helmet right to the inside of his leg, right above the knee. So hopefully this is just a bruise and nothing long term. You can see the amount of pain that Jeff is in right there. We had a game a couple of weeks ago in Philadelphia, a critical punt. Really, Jeff Fiegel's preserved that victory for the Giants with his ability to directionally kick.
These guys look fantastic. I'm so proud.
Join the Reebok Hockey Revolution. Visit NASN.com, your home for North American sports merchandise.
It's college football bowl season again on NASN, and this December we bring you 15 of the best bowl games from across the NCAA. Catch all these great games plus the 5 BCS games live in January, only on NASN. Check NASN.com for schedules and information.
Since 1989, Coca-Cola has provided more than $35 million in college scholarships. And as the NCAA's first corporate champion, Coca-Cola proudly supports 88 NCAA championships in 23 sports for 360,000 student athletes every year. Satisfying a thirst for learning, both in the classroom and on the field. The Coca-Cola Company and the NCAA.
Well, next week, week 17, the final week of the regular season. Here are the early games. And then the second game of the Fox doubleheader. Now, one of these games may move to prime time, so check local listings for the game and time in your area. A doubleheader next week, next Sunday on Fox. Following the penalty, here's Brandon Jacobs. Jacobs inside the 20, the 10. Touchdown, his second of the game, 43 yards. Longest run of the season by Brandon Jacobs.
What a burst coming through that line of scrimmage. I'll tell you what, Moose, he looked a lot faster than I ever thought he could run.
Well, there was nobody there. There was nobody there. The Buffalo Bills know that they can't let Brandon Jacobs get rolling downhill. This is all the offensive line. Watch this blocking. Madison Hedgecock up front, seals the inside. That's just a gash in the running lane. Dante Whitner, terrible angle coming up and run support. Brandon Jacobs, untouched, 43 yards, never broke stride.
Not only is it Jacobs' longest run this season, it's the longest run of his 3-year NFL career. You talked about Bills special teams having the advantage early. Well, recently, the bad snap on the punt, then the penalty on the Giants punt. We are tied at 14.
Cleveland Browns fans hope first-round draft pick Brady Quinn becomes the franchise quarterback the team has been missing in recent years. The strong-arm signal caller broke 36 school records at Notre Dame. a program with a rich quarterback tradition. A born leader, possessing all of the necessary physical tools, Quinn expects continued success at the professional level.
Since 1989, Coca-Cola has provided more than $35 million in college scholarships. And as the NCAA's first corporate champion, Coca-Cola proudly supports 88 NCAA championships in 23 sports for 360,000 student athletes every year. Satisfying a thirst for learning, both in the classroom and on the field. The Coca-Cola Company and the NCAA.
The guys at PTI are on board to enlighten us on the lighter side of American sports.
A certain, how did the French say, I don't know what?
What means I don't know what. They even embrace European culture. Well, at least they're gonna try.
Today, how did they say that in England, Mike?
No guess today, Moreeeee.
I guess that was very southern British. Good night, Europe. Here's the flags and the nation.
Pardon the interruption. Catch Mike and Tony exclusively here on NASN.
Giants fell behind 14-0 in the first quarter. They have come back, tied the game at 14. Their last scoring drive kept alive by the roughing the punter penalty called on Whitner.
Just unbelievable what has happened. The first part of this game, all Buffalo, and the second part of this game, Buffalo mistakes, and the Giants have been very opportunistic in taking advantage of those.
McGee backpedaling in the end zone. He will take a knee.
It's been all miscues by the Buffalo Bills special teams. Bad snap to Brian Moorman. Feels he can't get the kickoff. Fumbled, recovered by the Giants. Later on that drive, Brandon Jacobs inside hand up. Great block by Rich Seibert inside. Then we get a roughing the punter penalty on Dante Whitner. The Giants get the ball back. And the offensive line again, a great job. Chris Snee out just caving in that line. Defensive line, linebacker level. For the Buffalo Bills, Brandon Jacobs, untouched, 43 yards. This offense for the Bills has to have something positive on this series.
Darryl, the tide turned when that front came in.
It sure did. The weather got bad, the Giants got good.
Giants trailed 14-0 at that point as Lynch gains one out to the 21-yard line. Well, after the poor snap, it took the Giants 5 plays to score their first touchdown. And then following the roughing the punter penalty, Jacobs scored on the next play.
And you saw the graphic there, just the difference in the way that this game is unfolded. The Buffalo Bills in complete control. I mean, just making plays. Roscoe Parrish with a big catch, very efficient in what they were doing offensively. Since those first 2 drives, this offense is just been out of sync.
On 2nd and 9, Edwards in trouble. Down he goes. Kavika Mitchell with the league-leading 50th sack of the season for the Giants.
This is not on the offensive line. This is running back against linebacker. Kavika Mitchell is going to come in. That's Fred Jackson's responsibility. You got to bring a little bit more than that to the party. He's on a dead run. You're already at a disadvantage because you're stepping up, and then you got to shuffle across your quarterback's face. You've got to be able to set your hips and deliver a blow.
Kirk Chambers in at left tackle for Jason Peters. Peters' return today is questionable.
And right on cue, Kenny.
False start. Offense, number 73. 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
And that is on the left tackle Chambers, who was a teammate of Trent Edwards at Stanford, spent the last 2 seasons with the Cleveland Browns. Peters, groin injury. As we mentioned, his return questionable. 3rd down and 25. Edwards from the end zone, incomplete. Looking to set up the screen.
Good job by the defensive line of the New York Giants. Understand the situation of the play. 3rd and long, backed up. okay, let's first, maybe they're going to run the ball, shovel pass inside, little draw. Okay, it's not that. They're not going to put Trent Edwards back there in the end zone and make him hold the ball. That ball will come out quick. Your next thought is a screen pass. They're prepared before the snap. They goes through the progression, and they're able to snuff that screen out and shut it down.
So Brian Moorman standing closer to Goose than to his own offensive line.
Yeah, he's right here in front of me.
Moorman punting from the end zone. Good kick. Over R.W. McQuarter's head. McQuarter scoops it up and is tackled at the 45 by John Wendling. 52-yard punt, only 2 yards on the return. So good field position for the Giants, who are 6-4